This is a story of Aisha, the child bride who was married to Muhammad when she was only 6 years old. She was so young, in fact, that she was allowed to play with dolls, which is normally forbidden, but Muhammad allowed it because he realized she was such a young little girl. Her father was even shocked when Muhammad wanted to marry her off. He says, "But I am your brother." And the prophet said, "You're my brother in Allah's religion and his book. But she, Aisha, the daughter, is lawful for me to marry." Here in her own words, narrated by Aisha, that she was 6 years old and he consummated the marriage when she was 9. She also had specific jobs that she had to do for her husband, Muhammad. Aisha's mother needed to fatten her up to get her ready to be married because obviously he was in his 50s and she was only 6 years old. So the mom didn't want the daughter to get injured. So the mom fattened her up with cucumber and dates. There's a specific injury that occurs with child brides. And if it does happen, the husband is lawfully allowed to annul the marriage. It's described here. It's when one whole and the other whole merge. But of course, according to Muhammad, Allah gave him a dream where he was meant to marry a 6-year-old little girl. But what if we compare Jesus to Muhammad? The Quran explains to us what an amazing prophet Jesus was. Not only did he receive wisdom, the Torah, and the gospel, which, by the way, we currently have to this day, Jesus was given the power to create and heal. Interestingly, Muhammad was given no such power. But what does the Bible tell us about Jesus? Well, in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21, it says, "God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God." In other words, Jesus gave up his life for us. If you want to see the true example of righteousness, it would be found in Jesus Christ. Now, if you want to read about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, which actually has historical evidence, you can start here with Matthew chapter 27, verse 32. Not only are you going to read about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, but the resurrection and learn the truth about who he is.